Welcome back to the Lockwood Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we are doing a requested video of what's on my Kindle. Jen asked if I would do this, and happily so, because honestly, I have no idea. I have been using a Kindle since pretty much that they first came out. I remember getting one in undergrad. I was living at the townhouse at the time, so it was probably 2012, 2013-ish around is when I started using a Kindle. And I primarily got a Kindle so I could read smutty books as well as like save on space in a college housing situation. Primarily so I wouldn't be embarrassed by the men on the covers in raunchy positions. That is when I first got a Kindle. Then that one, when did I order this one? That one died, so I sent in that old one and got a new one, and I ended up getting the Kindle Paperwhite. This one is waterproof and it has 32 gigabytes of storage with Wi-Fi and free cellular connectivity. That was really important to me to have the cellular connectivity, the free cellular connectivity. Do read a lot of books on the go, and sometimes I forget to download them. And it's really frustrating when I have to try to find Wi-Fi to download those books. And I got this one back in August 9th, 2021. I'm very particular about the cases that I get. I kind of regret getting this like picturesque. I should have just gone with my gut instinct and got a plain cover. But I really, really love my case for the fact that, so it's magnetic, so it shuts down and puts the Kindle to sleep anytime I open or close it, as well as there is a kickstand here. So when I'm eating or something, for instance, I can just put it there and there it goes, as well as the hand strap too, which I really like. I am very jealous of all the girlies that have the cute sticker background clear cases. This just, it fits my needs a lot better. I put mine in dark mode. That is the Kindle that I use. We'll put her here, since she is the star of the show. While a Kindle is so great and like their ink quality is really good, it does take a little bit for them to load quickly. So for this video, I'm just gonna go on my iPad and check and see what I have on my Kindle on my iPad, because I do have the Kindle app as well. Also, I don't think a nude lip is for me, guys. It looks like I just have foundation on my lips. Let's crank this. And maybe once we drink this, it'll just kind of wear off over time. This is the Alani Nu Winter Wonderland. I've been craving this for some unknown reason. Maybe it's just because it's winter, but it's like berry coconut, which is so strange to me as to why they would do coconut in the winter. Whatever. I really don't know why I've been craving that. I don't really like the taste of artificial coconut. For some reason, I wanted it, so I got it. And the can is really cute. Moving on, let's get into what is on my Kindle. A lot. So there's so many options. Use Libby a lot. And with Libby, that connects to my local libraries. I can get the digital versions onto my Kindle. I also am a Kindle Unlimited membership person, so there are a lot of books there. Go the route of buying a book, which is very, very rare now, because if I'm going to buy a book, I'd rather just buy the physical copy. I don't understand this, because this was also a reason that I got a Kindle in the first place, is because Kindle books were so much cheaper than physical books. Sometimes the Kindle book is more expensive than the actual printed book. So I'm like, well, I might as well just have that if I'm going to have anything, because I do love a physical book. And the way that I kind of go about deciding if I want to buy a book or put it on my Kindle is, one, is it available on Kindle Unlimited? If it is, I'll read it on there first. If I feel like owning it, if I know if it's going to be like a 4 or 5 star prediction, probably buy it or read it on Kindle and then buy it at a later time. If I feel like it's just going to be a 3 or below, I will most likely read it on my Kindle. I do try to, if it's not available on Kindle Unlimited, I do try to check it out from Libby first. Sometimes there is a really long wait, sometimes not. Sometimes there's skip the line, which is great when that happens. That's just kind of how I decipher of what I read on my Kindle versus a physical book. I don't know actually how to do this, because there are so many books on here, you guys. Don't know what some of these are. Sometimes I just download them and then be like, oh, I'll look at this later. Most recently, I have The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. That is for a book club that I'm a part of. I got the copy off of Libby. So that has been downloaded to my Kindle. Under the Mistletoe novellas from Amazon. I've been primarily listening to them on Audible, but the Kindle automatically downloads them. Snowed In, that one looks really cute. Who is that by? Nevessa Allen. What? What do you mean? Nevessa Allen of Lights Out? I'm gonna have to read that. One Dark Window, as well as Two Twisted Crowns, and that's by Rachel Gillig. Heartless Hunter. I downloaded it, didn't get to it right away, ended up actually just ordering the physical book. Deadly Occupants, Julia and I read that in October. In a Pickle by Jane Marlowe. That's a pickleball romance. We'll see if I like that one. Fingers crossed that I do. I don't know. I might have to hold off for a little bit. Still really bummed. I did not like pickleballers. The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. I actually checked this one out from Libby, but it just kind of stayed on here. I do want to get the physical copy of it because I absolutely loved it. I think it was right book, right time. In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune, also checked out by Libby. Bummer Camp by Anne Garvin. I think that was like a Prime first or a Prime read or Amazon first read or something. I haven't read it. Don't Call Me Daddy. What? It's on Kindle Unlimited. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I checked that one out from Libby by Stuart Turton. I do have Love Redesigned and the second one by Lauren Asher, Lakefront Billionaire. I do own the first one in physical form. I just haven't gotten around to it. In Your Dreams, Holden Rhodes. That's the Queen's Cove series, but that's by Stephanie Archer. That's her previous series to the hockey romances that she has, the Vancouver Storms. I do have all of Boys of Tommen just because the book is thick and the text is small, so I prefer to read it on my Kindle. I would love to go back and like physically read it so I could highlight, underline. Yeah, it's so much easier to read on your Kindle. As much as I love owning the books, I think it will be a series that I continue to buy on my Kindle. Binding and Keeping 13 are available, I believe, still on Kindle Unlimited. Then everything else you have to buy. Honestly, worth it buying it because it's one of my top series. Again, it's so much easier to read on Kindle than it is to hold those books and squint really, really tiny writing. Julia reads a lot on her Kindle, and her text is so small. I don't remember what mine is set to, probably like 12 point, but hers is so small. I'm happy I like have a larger text because it makes me feel like I'm flipping a page constantly. So I'm like, wow, I'm flying through this. But she's a speed reader anyway, so I don't really know what to do on that. Set on You by Amy Lee. I do have the series now somewhere. Set on You, X's and O's, and The Catch. The Catch is the only one I bought new. I did get Set on You and X's and O secondhand. What is this one? Apparently this is a series, Camera Chemistry. I can't see it because the Kindle Unlimited sticker is like right on top of the author. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah Parker. I don't remember putting that one there. Frederick Bachman's Beartown. I ended up listening to that one instead. Out on a Limb, My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. Ended up checking that one out from Libby. The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I believe I checked that one out from Libby as well. Ooh, R.L. Matthewson. She's gonna be a big hitter on here. I'm not sure if this is part of that. It's The Project. I'm not sure where in that series or if it's a different series. That one wasn't my favorite. We Started It by Cian Gilbert. No. I think I checked that one out too from Libby. Our Scorching Summer. Haven't read it. Behind the Net. Loved it, but that's by Stephanie Archer. Ended up loving it, so I bought the physical copy. To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Maisie. Haven't read that. Stolen Air, Brutal Prince, Mile High. Are we there yet? Do I Know You? I believe I also checked out from Libby as well. Role Playing. Oh, I forgot about that one. That one looks cute and cozy. Guild. Okay, I, for some reason, downloaded Glint, Gleam, and Guild. I don't know which order they go in. Usually they group together if they're a series, so I'm not really sure why they're not. The Perfect Marriage. I think we can just, like, assume that I checked out all of Throne and Glass when I was reading it, just because it was easier to read off my Kindle, and I checked them all out from Libby. The One, The Heir, and The Crown, but instead ended up listening to them off of Libby. Silent Bride, The Most Likely Club, The Neighbor from Hell series by R.L. Matthewson is one of my favorite like guilty pleasure series. They're cute, they're spicy, they're fun. They're the same thing copy cut paste, but I love them. They're so unserious and I really love them. I love the family. I have 14 of the books on there, and that includes like the novellas and stuff too. Good for You. I have no idea what that is. A Very Merry Bromance. The Mistake, which I checked out The Deal and The Mistake by Elle Kennedy and ended up returning both. I don't think that series is for me. I do kind of want to give it another shot because everybody loves it. However, when I started The Deal, I'm like, oh, I don't I don't know if I like this or not. So I just DNF'd it. And I haven't really had an inclination to pick it back up. The X Talk, check that out from Libby. Movie Star by Jessica Simpson, which is just a really short novella. I don't know why she just didn't include it in her autobiography. The Chemistry of Love. What is that? Isn't it romantic? So the Bromance Book Club books are on here. I checked them out from Libby. Easy by Tamara Weber. I have no idea what that is. The Dead Romantics. I now have the physical copy of that. Practical Magic. I ended up DNFing it. Oops. I just couldn't get into it. I like the movie way better. Lessons in Chemistry. The Cheat Sheet. Love and Gelato. Love by Roddy Doyle. Didn't like that one. Love the cover, but really didn't like that one. All About Us by Tom Ellen. Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. Didn't like that. In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. The Hating Game. Ended up buying the physical copy, but I wanted the digital copy too because I really loved that book when I first started this channel. Actually, I should reread that one, see if I still enjoy it. The Silent Patient. Read it on my Kindle and immediately bought it after because I loved it so much. Actor Age Eve Brown. I still haven't read that series, which is so sad. The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez was my least favorite one, but the rest of them I enjoyed. Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. Ended up buying that one after reading it. It was so good. This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I enjoyed that one. That was a good New Year's one. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. The Roommate by Rosie Dannon. I haven't read the sequel to that one, but I really did enjoy The Roommate. The One by John Mars. Me mistakenly thinking it was going to be similar to The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren, but it was not. But I read this one first and loved it. Absolutely loved it. One of my favorite thrillers as well. The Show Sucks. The Emotion Code. I was just going through a lot of feelings during that time. One to Watch. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Why Men Love Bitches. I have the physical copy for that. Normal People by Sally Rooney. That's how I initially read Normal People, and now I have the physical copy, and it's one of my favorite books. Absolutely love it. The Pite Sentinel series by R.L. Matthewson, so she does a little bit of like paranormal romances too. All of R.L. Matthewson's books are very much copy-paste of each other. If you need a quick palate cleanser, want some spicy romance, that's your girl. Insecure in Love. How anxious attachment can make you feel jealous, needy, and worried, and what you can do about it. Did I end up reading that? I don't know if I did. If I did, I need to reread it because your girlie's still insecure and anxious attachment. Actually, I really do feel like I'm a combo of anxious avoidant. Regardless, I need to work on that. Nicholas Sparks, See Me. I have no recollection of reading that, but apparently I did. Attached, one of my favorite books about attachment theory. I love attachment theory, you guys. I find it so fascinating. I do have the physical copy as well. I think everybody should read this book. That is one that everybody should read, understand, and like it should be required reading, honestly. So good. To a Mountain in Tibet. I don't think I ever read that. To All the Boys I Loved Before, the whole series. Crazy Rich Asian. I read the first one, I think, first, and then ended up getting a different one. Or like read it later in life. What am I trying to say? I read that one a really long time ago when the movie had just come out, and then read the series a few years ago now. Reread the first one and then the following ones. I like the movie better. The Pomodoro Technique. That was so helpful. I wish I would have learned about this earlier in life, was the Pomodoro Technique. Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. It was part of the times. Not so much now. But yeah, very girl bossy. What is this? Oh, J.C. Burton. J.C. Burton was one of the first sports romance authors that I read, and this was back in undergrad. So we're getting like really, really into my past right now. But yeah, I loved her series. What part of a play-by-play series? I have 14 books by her on there. Play-by-play series. I really want to reread it and see how it holds up now and what I think about it now, because it's been probably a decade since I've read them. I ate them up though. Awakening Your Inner Genius. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Me Before You, Jojo Moyes. That book and that movie destroyed me, guys. Absolutely demolished me. I sobbed so hard at both. I love both the book and the movie so much, but I cannot watch it, and I will not reread it. And I really would love to read Me After You, but I can't. Like, Me Before You really messed me up in the best way. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, wow, what a fantastic book, but I will never reread you again. I think about it a lot still. It definitely affected me, and I really, really loved that book. And the movie. Oh, so good, you guys. So good. So if you need a really good cry, that's one to do. I'm getting emotional even just thinking about it again. Whew. Okay. Moving on. About That Fling. I have no idea what that book is either. By Tana Fensky? I have no idea. Sylvia Day, A Crossfire. Is it Crossfire? The series? I have the series on here. I don't know what the first one is. It might be Bared to You. I was like in my 50 Shades of Grey time period then, because that's when 50 Shades of Grey came out around, and people were just like jumping on that ship. So Bared to You, the Crossfire series, was similar to that at that time. Vision in White by Nora Roberts. Apparently, oh yeah, I did read these. I think they're like wedding books or something. I don't remember them, but I remember reading them. If I Stay by Gail Forman. That book also messed me up. I loved the book. The movie was also very good, but man, that book also sobbed uncontrollably. Burned by Sarah Morgan. I have no idea what that is, but apparently I read it. The One and Only by Emily Giffen. Divergent trilogy. Bittersweet. 10 Ways to Handle the Best Man by Heidi Rice. Okay, there's a lot of like cosmopolitan books apparently. Girls in White Dresses, Jennifer Close. I remember reading that. Don't remember anything about it. Carter Reed. City of Bones. I read that. Oh yeah, I did. I don't remember anything about it. And I only read the first one. Breakaway by Kelly Jamieson. No idea. Someone to Love. I don't know that one either. What was I reading? I don't remember any of these. This is like when I first got my Kindle. Again, they're all raunchy covers. Let's default on I have no recollection of ever reading these books or ever seeing them. The Impact of You, The Look of Love, The Coincidence of Callie and Caden, Losing It, The Perfect Game, The Secret of Ella and Micah, Fool Me Twice, Simply Irresistible, Love Me, The Making of a Gentleman. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I do remember that one. Okay, back to default don't know. Desktop Domination, Her Best Friend's Brother, Seducing Cinderella, The Marriage Bargain, Gone Girl. I do remember that one. 10 Shades of Sexy, Love's Portrait, The Morning After, and Take a Deep Breath. I would like to go back and reread J.C. Burton's sports romance, but if you want me to reread any of these, let me know. Especially like the ones that I'm like, I have no recollection. We all learned something about me today. I don't know if that was good or bad. Kindles are great. I don't regret ever getting a Kindle. While I do love a physical copy of books, it is not always practical / I want to make sure that I'm having books on my shelves that I absolutely love. Having enough space for those ones and not ones that I don't care about and will never reread or think about ever again. Which, as we saw, there were quite a few books that I have never thought about ever again. Follow me on Instagram if you want to, / subscribe to the channel if you want to, and like this video if you want to. And with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.